park that car in a garage? You don't have a garage, do you? You have one on the,
I have a garage, but I don't park anything in the garage. We're gonna start. Welcome to the planning board meeting for April 9th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll start with the discussion on the fill application. We need to have a discussion on. We need to have a discussion.
Yeah, it's public hearing tonight. Do you have anyone from the? So the fill, the sanitary in the fill and the drainage is fine. There's a building code architectural reason why the fill needs to be augmented. So I don't know if you got that email. Are we working on that? Okay.
All right, we'll come back to it. We'll circle around. We've got a couple of resolutions. We'll get through those first. Paradise WHB, 414 Dune Road. Anybody here for the applicant? I need a motion to accept the resolution as written.
I make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
aye.
Aspatuck Tennis Club, 36 Aspatuck Lane. Anybody here for the applicant? I need a motion to accept the resolution as written.
I make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
West Hampton Synagogue Incorporated, 154 Sunset Avenue. Need a motion?
I make the motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Old Riverhead Road Partners LLC, 69 Old Riverhead Road. This is our work session agenda.
I guess that's me.
Okey dokey.
So this is related to the next one. Well, first of all, James N. Hume, 323 Mill Road, West Hampton Beach. This is related to the next matter on the work session as well, the conversion of the gym to medical space. But this aspect of it pertains to the fact that the former gym had more space than the medical space is using. And so by virtue of the installation of a proposed wall, there's another little unit that is being carved out that's right in front of where the medical facility is going. So that's on tonight for that purpose, to get that approved so that we can get to get to our facility. I don't think it's a huge deal. I think the number of units that are created by adding this new unit are still less than the grandfathered number of units that were permitted in the original scope. That unit was included in the plan as far as determination of parking and health department, and so that all meets the code. So
And what's the usage?
That's a good question.
Ice cream.
Are you here for that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you want to talk, or do you want me to keep going?
Sure.
Sorry. And if I misspoke, please correct me.
Good evening, Board. Anthony Portillo, architect, A&P Architecture, 12500 Main Road, Mattituck. So the portion that's being carved out, it's going to be Uncle Louie G's ice cream and ice store.
Not going to be a Ralph's?
It's Uncle Louie G's. I think it's a similar thing.
I was hoping for Ralph's.
We're basically proposing to carve that space out. We've provided egress through the space, a door that's provided in our plans. We are currently with food to get approval.
And signage, obviously, and stuff like that will have to be,
Sure. It does work out though with like the awning situation that we've already been approved for. But basically the unit situation is
The
within.
gym was almost 3 units wide,
Right.
and the endoscopy, I think, is gonna be 2 units wide, but, so the part off the front would be carved off. It still works out with the
on,
facade and the awning and the signage. It just, we touched on this a couple meetings ago, there's building at 17 different suites originally. For today's zoning, you wouldn't be able to have that many suites, so I feel like it's important anytime we do carve outs that,
we look at it.
is from being memorialized by this board, that we're not going beyond the zoning number.
Do we have any other comments? Okay, so we'll put this on the agenda then for a determination at the next meeting. Is that okay?
Yeah, for modification, right.
It's a mod. Would you come up?
Sure. I don't know if this is the right place for my comments. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. Russell Babis, 65A Hazelwood Avenue. My property abuts up to the mall. Part of my question is because in my packet, I see the various parking spots that are, outlined for the change of use in various parts of the mall. And one of my questions is, what I see so far with all the facade work and everything looks very nice. But my concern as a adjacent property owner is the fence, the perimeter that has been neglected, probably since the mall was ever built, with metal slats that are just shot or they're missing, fence poles bent or dangling. It's like having a
We were
night.
very concerned about the landscaping and cleanup of this site too. And I believe we have a plan in place that requires the landlord to address some of the aesthetics, not only in the front of the building, but the back.
Yeah, this board approved a new site plan for the facade, for paving, for drainage, including a sanitary system. That work is still undergoing, it hasn't been completed yet. I believe the fence is part of it, but I think Mr. Portillo can speak to that, because he was on that application.
Okay.
That is accurate. The fence, there is landscaping that was originally proposed and will be completed. They're still putting up like the light posts. I think the concentration was on the parking lot and the facade.
Getting the businesses.
Getting
going.
it going, and obviously there's still some work to be done there.
But we're not gonna forget the back neighbors.
No, of course not. No, that's part of our application. I would imagine Brad will make sure that's done, right? I mean, that's
Well, Mr.
part of the
Bryan,
inspection as well.
Obviously, this is the first resident we've actually had come to
Sure.
a meeting,
Sure,
which is,
yeah,
typical, I would say.
yeah.
And we're
But
grateful that you came. But we want to assure you that, when we approved the plan, we did address the aesthetics of that site that had been terribly neglected for decades, literally.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's some lighting going in, there's landscaping, and the fences are being replaced and repaired.
And I see there's going to be charging stations for some EVs, I believe, according to the plan.
I believe that is in our plan, yes, for the EV charging stations.
And, just, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
Because I know in your due diligence in your work, of course, I just would like, some more attention, whether in the future to be paid to the, the backsides of a lot of these establishments, because, that's some people's view.
Yeah.
And we know many of the tenants get very creative in their storage solutions, let's say. And another concern, of course, is dumpster placement. And like, who determines where that actually is, Because I'm under the opinion, if you have, put it by your back door.
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
even though
I
I'm
mean,
sure the
there
Board of
there
Health
are
isn't happy
defined
with that. but-
areas that were actually grandfathered for the most part. So they're not gonna actually be moving any of the dumpster sites, but the shielding and the repair of the fences around
Right.
is something you can expect, and certainly something that our zoning and
If you wanna visit me downstairs Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, I can show you the plan and I can show you
Yeah,
where the.
I have it with me.
enclosures are.
I have it with me. But,
we're not gonna neglect you, I promise.
thank you very much, appreciate it.
And
We
just
appreciate you coming in, thank you very
one
much.
other statement, we did the back of the building, the facade portion of the back of the building, so now it is white and cleaned up in that sense as well, so I think that obviously is a better.
Well, I
view
think
for the
monitoring
neighbors.
some of the tenants that have a tendency to get a little out of hand is a responsibility we can now take seriously because the site is significantly improved. So I think a new effort is gonna be made on the village's part as well
Sure.
to maintain the back view so that the neighbors aren't exposed to what they have been for the last decade.
And
The-
one other thing, you know, just in general, the enclosures for dumpsters was a great idea, but, you know, the operators, they're not getting out of their truck to open up the gates. Somehow mysteriously, all the gates in those enclosures get beat to, you know,
Yeah.
beat up and creates,
Well, we started
Worse
with
than
nothing
before.
and we're going to come to a point where we have the ability to police it a little bit better. So hopefully, and I mean, from our standpoint too, having village residents that come into the village hall when they see something they're dissatisfied with is very important. You know, some of the complacency of a site like that is the neighbors don't raise the flag. So I mean, now that we're starting with something beneficial to the village, let's all try to make an effort. No, I'll drive by there once in a while myself to make certain that, you know, we're doing what needs to be done.
thank you. I wish I was speaking for more of my neighbors.
Well, I'll put my 2 cents. I'm actually your neighbor, and I'll do the same thing. I'll be keeping an eye out for you. And I also want to mention the goal has always been to try to finish before summer. So I mean, I think that still is the goal. So you should see some of these things we're talking about hopefully in the next coming months.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Russ. All right, so I think we're all, does anybody on the board have any comments they'd like to add to this? Mr. Riley isn't here, so we'll assume he has nothing to say. All right, so then we'll put this on for a resolution at the next meeting. Mr. Pasca, is
Yeah,
that
I got, there's nothing stopping that, is there?
No,
Everybody's got everything they need at this point?
it does overlap with the next thing, so that's where we're kind of, because it's
Okay, so let's go
Yeah,
right
let's
to
do them both then, and just make sure.
Hampton endoscopy.
Okay, well, a funny thing happened on the way to the
To the
determination.
endoscopy?
Yes.
Delegated.
As required by the village code, the trustees received a special permit application, and they issued a resolution last week approving that permit. However, in a phone call I had with the mayor, I think yesterday, it was indicated to me that they neglected to actually have the public hearing ahead of the resolution. So I don't know where that puts, they did in fact adopt a resolution that approved the permit, but I don't know. Now, their intent is to put that on in their early May. But if that would delay, because this is a medical use, that would delay the final determination here, I would think, until beyond then. But I'm not sure of that.
So a funny thing that happened. It's happening again, actually, because why we have a resident here is this should have been in the public hearing agenda section. This has been noticed today.
Okay.
For this use, because it's a change of use that involves a special exception. And that's what required this public hearing.
Trustees.
Why we have a resident here. So this is actually, the board should actually open the public hearing.
Right now?
Yeah, this was noticed for tonight. It's just in the wrong section of the agenda.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And this is exactly what happened with trustees, where it was noticed, but it wasn't in the right section. So opened a public hearing, and then we closed the meeting and neglected to have the public hearing, which is why we don't have a special exception resolution for you tonight, which we had expected last week.
Okay, so now procedurally, what we've got to do is open a public hearing right now.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? Do we need to vote on opening the public hearing?
You can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All in favor of opening the public hearing? Say aye.
Aye.
And why don't you also vote to incorporate all the statements that have been made already tonight into the public hearing record? How about that? So that way it doesn't have to be repeated for the record,
Megan, would you accommodate the board on that?
okay?
So we anticipated having the special exception for you.
Right.
Having this public hearing, most likely closing this public hearing, having the resolution.
Now, so we're not closing the public hearing tonight until we get that from the trustees, or can we close
I
it?
think you could close it subject to receipt of the special exception, which so far by all indications will be granted, but has to be reapproved. So maybe what you could do is close the public hearing,
And prepare for the resolution
put it
in
on
early
for
May?
yes, the first meeting in May, which by then would be
As the trustees folded in?
correct.
Okay. All right.
Because I assume that the notices happen for the
We
trustee.
noticed it for the first meeting in April. We just neglected to open the public hearing and officially create that record.
Okay.
Okay.
The resolution was done, there wasn't any special conditions, even though it doesn't exist for.
All right, so we're currently in an open public hearing. Is there anybody else who wishes to speak on this application? Mr. Hume, do you have any more comments you'd like to add?
Just a few brief ones. When we met on February 26th, I went through the details, and I'm sure you're familiar with the details. There were a number of questions, which I think I responded in writing, but I just wanted to make sure. There was a question about outdoor medical waste. There will not be any outdoor medical waste storage. If you look on the plan, floor plan, you'll see there is a room inside the facility to accommodate that. So there won't be any of those little boxes sitting out there. Won't be any of those little boxes sitting outside the back door, waiting for some medical company to pick them up. There was a discussion about the generator. It turns out it's not really a generator, it's a battery. It's an uninterrupted power supply. At the time, I thought it was going to be in the basement, but if you look on the floor plan, there's an electrical room which identifies that the UPS will be located on the first floor within that room. And there was also a question about whether there was any special striping needed in the parking lot, and that's negative. No changes in that regard. So that's really all I wanted to put in the official record.
All right, so then we're
Well,
going,
Jim, do you anticipate being at the next planning board meeting for any other reason?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
so then we're going to close the public meeting, since there are no other further comments from anybody. I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I make that motion.
I make a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we're going to set this for resolution at the first May meeting, at which time we expect to have the trustees complete their portion of the application.
Now, the one thing I would ask is, and I talked to Brad about this this afternoon, I think he has a full set of construction plans, at least in digital form. We would really like you to authorize him to let us get started.
I was going there.
On what aspects of it?
Well, at least a demo.
As long as you know it's at the owner's risk, just in
Yes.
case the trustees don't.
Understood.
They
Understood.
change their mind between now
Yes.
and the first week in.
Understood.
There's some state Department of Health hurdles when you have these types of facilities, and part of them getting their review done with the state is having a permit for my office.
Okay, so this isn't going to go fast no matter what we do.
Well, I guess that respect to the use, some interior framing or what have you, we can word it to where we're creating I can issue a permit that creates like a vanilla box, a tenant space, absent of the use.
I think he did that for Tonino's when we needed to give them a little head start too.
Yeah.
You allowed them to do it, but just subject to the use being still approved.
Right.
So,
This board has no problem authorizing you to take whatever actions you deem suitable in conjunction with the village attorney, obviously. Is that true? Everybody on the board in
Yeah,
agreement
yeah,
with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, please proceed with due haste.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, thank you. We're gonna go back to James and Teresa at 57 Point Road for our application.
Good evening, Board. Mark Nodoff, 209 Mill Road, West Hampton. They are asking the Board permission to put in a IA OWTS system, and they require 40 yards for that. But we're also tweaked it a little bit, and we're hoping to add another 40 yards so that we could raise the parking area approximately 6 inches and along the sides of the house.
Yeah, that wasn't reflected on the plan we had, but they only recently got my comments, so I'd be in support of that change. And it has to do with sprinkling a second story. Water's tricky down there. It's a smallish house. It's a matter of, by changing the grade just a few inches, they can obviate that responsibility, which I don't really see the need for on a smallish house. And other houses in the area have similar circumstances with.
So we have no problem approving this application.
I just have to get the amended plan from the design professional, which I think he has, I just didn't have it prior to the meeting.
Okay. So you can expect a resolution at the next meeting.
Okay, that's it.
That's a good luck.
Thank you.
It's a public hearing. I guess if you want to close the public hearing subject to submission of that modified plan, you could do that, or leave it open and then just simultaneously close it and approve it next.
Well, is anybody here to speak on this application? I mean, you have no input on this, do you? Yeah, okay. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't close the meeting. I need a motion to close it,
Subject to
subject to the,
receipt of the modified plan.
exactly.
Brad, should I drop these at the office or give them to you?
Office.
Okay, very good. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I make that motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
And obviously that's subject to is attached. I guess that's it.
What are you here for?
We approved the
they-
resolution.
Oh, okay. That's easy. I'll email it to you guys tomorrow. Perfect, thanks.
All right,
Oh, we have to approve the minutes?
we have minutes from the April 23rd, oh no, April 23rd, I'm sorry, March 25th meeting, and March 26th meeting. I need a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I make that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to close.
I make that motion.
I
All in
second
favor?
that. Aye.